Alright guys, so I am on to Batman the Killing Joke. Here we go. I loved everything about The Man Who Laughs, as you guys know, so I'm really excited to get into this one because I have heard so many great things about this comic. I've seen this comic come up in conversations, like, every single time the Batman came up, this comic came up in the conversation at some point, so I just can't wait, man. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, well, I just finished reading Batman the Killing Joke, and holy crap, dude, I can't believe we have two 10 out of 10 Batman comics back to back on the channel. This is incredible, so let's talk about this. So the story actually starts off with Batman going to Arkham Asylum, and he has a one-on-one with the Joker sitting down, and he has this discussion with him asking him, when is this going to end between us? Because eventually it's going to get to the point where one of us is going to end up killing one another, and he doesn't want to cross that line, and he's just going to ask, like, when is this going to end between us? We need to figure this out. And that's such a realistic reaction to that kind of situation where it's just a constant cycle of the same thing. The Joker commits a crime, Batman shows up, beats him up, brings him to Arkham Asylum, and the Joker escapes, and then they do the same thing over and over again. So he wants to find this middle ground between them, like, what can we do? And I just love that, man, because honestly, like, it just kind of reinforces that same moral code that I learned in Batman the Man Who Laughs with Batman, that he doesn't kill. It just reinforces that same thing, and I think that they did a really good job with that in this story. And so, while we're on the topic of the Joker, oh my god, this dude is so unhinged in this story. And it's really funny because in The Man Who Laughs, I constantly said that any scene with the Joker was just chilling. I kept using the word chilling. And my god, I had no idea what I was in store for. Like, I really hadn't even hit the tip of the iceberg because he is so unhinged in this story. It's incredible. He actually ends up shooting Commissioner Gordon's daughter right in front of him in their home. And as she's bleeding out on the floor, he strips her naked and takes pictures of her while she's bleeding out on the floor, actually paralyzing her as well, which is absolutely insane. And so what he ends up doing is he kidnaps Commissioner Gordon, brings him to his crazy amusement park, and he ends up stripping him naked as well, and then bringing him into a dark tunnel of horrors and forces him to see the pictures of his dying daughter, or bleeding out daughter, on the screen. It's just, oh god, like, it was like hard to like read, to be honest with you, but like in a messed up way, it was so good. Like, there's really no good way to say that. No, honestly, man, the way they handle the Joker in this story, like, is just, like, chef's kiss, because I even got to see more of his backstory, and it actually kind of added on to what I learned in The Man Who Laughs. Like, I honestly probably should have read this story first, in a way, because it goes back into the backstory of him being the Red Hood. And in the Man Who Laughs review, I was talking about how I had no idea that he went under the persona of the Red Hood. So it was really cool to see more of that in the story. Even more, actually, you see him just as a normal person, like a regular guy. He's trying to become a comedian, a professional comedian, and he's not making any money, he's not successful, and he's trying to support his pregnant wife, which, holy crap, like, I mean, that is, like, so grounded. And something I did not expect out of the Joker's backstory, too. It's incredible. He ends up at getting to the point where he is desperate for money and he wants to support his wife. He feels like a failure in her eyes, to the point where he's crying in her lap, like, just begging her, just like, please, just forgive me, and, you know, I don't deserve you, type of stuff. It just really hits you, like, right in the heart, man. It's incredible. And so he gets desperate enough to where he gets involved with these mobsters, and he is basically going to go out on a heist and try to get quick money. And obviously, things go wrong. And while this is happening, the mobsters tell him, you got to take on the persona of the Red Hood. And that's where this comes in. And so he goes to the factory, things go wrong, gets chased by Batman, to the point where he ends up accidentally falling into a vat of chemicals. And actually, before that, he finds out that his wife actually ended up dying as well in a freak accident too, which, it's incredible, man, the stuff that you learn about the Joker in this story. It's crazy, but I loved it, and it really did add on to what I learned in The Man Who Laughs, so I was really happy to see that. Now, let's get to the ending, okay? Because, oh my god. So, Batman ends up going to rescue Commissioner Gordon from the hell that he's in at the moment. And as he does this, you get a glimpse of the character of Jim Gordon in, like, a nutshell. because he goes to rescue him, and right before Batman goes to finally confront the Joker, Gordon tells him, promise me you will do it the right way. He needs to know that our way is the correct way. And that honestly is like such a beautiful message, man, and it really drives home again that moral code of Batman and Commissioner Gordon too. They don't kill. They do not cross that line. And it just, with the hell that Jim Gordon went through in this story, for him to still be like that it really does just speak volumes about his character, and I loved it so much. So you get to the point though where Batman finally confronts the Joker, and you don't see a big fight ensue or anything like that. You really don't. He, in the end, has a civil discussion with him and tries to reason with him again. And the way he does it too is so humanizing, because he tells him, listen, I just want to help you. Like, you need help at this point. As he's saying this too, he's like, you know, I don't know what you went through, but if you tell me, I'm sure I can relate to you. And it's like just establishing that connection and just the kind of interaction I did not ever expect to see out of the Batman or Joker. Because if you watch my last review on The Man Who Laughs, I talk about how from the outside looking in, I always just kind of thought the Joker was just some insane guy from Arkham Asylum that just hates Batman, you know, just some crazy dude who puts on clown makeup and goes and kills people. You know, from the outside looking in, that's how it's always kind of come off in pop culture if you haven't read a comic book. And in this story, and obviously The Man Who Laughs as well, it's just like you really get so much more of appreciation for the Joker as a character, even though he's messed up. I mean, he is, oh my god, all kinds of messed up. But you get a new kind of appreciation for the character though, and it really just grounds him. And I really did feel sympathetic for the Joker though in this story, which is insane, but it just speaks volumes of how great they did with his character in this story. So to the ending. As Batman says all of this, the Joker ends up telling Batman a joke. And it's kind of funny the way they do it, because it goes on for like 2 pages, like just a bunch of panels and everything of just the Joker just pacing back and forth telling this story, and Batman's kind of just in the background like, all right, come on, man, let's wrap this up. It kind of looks like it. It's just funny. And he actually gets a laugh out of Batman. Batman actually ends up laughing, and something I just never thought I would see. And they share a laugh together. He actually laughs along with the Joker, and that's where our story ends. I honestly could not have picked a better ending for this story, nor did I expect the story to be like this. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I thought Batman was going to kill the Joker. Judging by the title, and just honestly how hard they reinforced the idea of Batman not killing, I figured maybe, honestly, that would be his breaking point, is the Joker doing this messed up stuff. He's like, I gotta just cross that line. Like, for the sake of Gotham City, I gotta cross that line. And he didn't. I mean, it's open to interpretation. They left it open to interpretation for the reader. And me personally, I do think he got through to Joker. I really do. Because just the fact that Joker decided to tell that joke tells, like, I kind of got the vibe that he was like trying to tell Batman that, listen, I understand what you're saying to me, and this is how I'm going to convey that. And the fact that they share that laugh together in the end as well. I like to think that Batman actually got through to him, and he actually got Joker the help that he needed. Did it work? I don't know. But it's the effort that counts. But I love the way they handled everything in this story, man. And honestly, that whole moment on the rooftop really was just kind of like just tying the bow. Perfect moment. I thought it was fantastic. So, guys, honestly, I would love to hear what you thought of this comic. Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you thought of the ending as well. How did you interpret that? Because I really do think he got through to the Joker, but let me know what you thought about it as well. And if you are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button along with the notification bell to stay updated on when new content like this drops. Thanks for watching, God bless, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.